A very good morning to you all. Uh, Welcome back to our channel. And on today's discussion, we are focusing on the levels of questioning. We are focusing on the levels of questioning. Okay, when you're talking about the levels of questioning, these are the levels that will guide you when you're setting up an activity for your learner. So you have to include the levels of questioning or the levels of questioning will guide you when you are setting up an activity uh, for your learners. Okay, so let's have a look into these levels of questioning. So we have six levels of questioning. So we have six levels of questioning, and then remember, these levels of questioning they were brought up by a great guy called Benjamin Bloom. So that's why they are called the Bloom taxonomy levels of questioning. Okay, I hope you have a book and a pen to take note, or I hope you are listening very attentively so you can catch up uh, what I'm going to say regarding these levels of questioning. Okay, remember they are six. We have six levels of questioning. Okay, let's begin with level one. So, level one is knowledge or remembering. So, level one is knowledge or remembering. Okay, so this is a type of a question uh, whereby a learner recall or recognize the information, the ideas, and the principles in the form in which they were taught. Okay, so these are type of questions that allow learners to recall. To recall, just to remember. Okay, to remember what? To remember the information or the ideas and the principles in the form uh, in which they were taught. Just to these are the questions that asking learners to remember on or about what uh, they were taught. Okay, so you can make or you can include some of the action verbs into or when you are setting up this knowledge or remembering questions. Okay, you can start off by name, label, define, list, state, or merge. Okay, you can include these action verbs: name, label, define, list, or state, or merge. Okay, that was for level one, which is remembering or knowledge. Okay, then you are moving to level two. Level two is understanding or comprehension. Understanding or comprehension. Okay, so these are the questions that help learners to do what? To understand or to interpret uh, or translate the information based on the prior learning. So these are type of the questions that help learners to understand, okay, and interpret or translate the information based on the prior learning. Okay, so you can use some of the action verbs, some of the following action verbs when you are setting up this kind of questions that are based on understanding or comprehension. Okay, uh, these are the following uh, action verbs that you might or include in this kind of questions. Okay, explain, paraphrase, illustrate, summarize, or describe. Explain, paraphrase, illustrate, summarize, or describe. So that was for level two, understanding or comprehension. So the questions that help learners to understand, to interpret, or translate the information based on the prior learning. Okay, we are moving to level three. Level three is application. Okay, application. So this is level three. Okay, it's application. Okay, these are the type of questions that help learner to select um, the transfers and uses data means information, okay, and principles sometimes means concept, okay, to complete a problem or a task within the minimum direction from the teacher. So these a type of questions that help learners to select the transfers and use the data and principles to, to complete a problem or a task within the minimum direction from the teacher. Okay, you can include these section verbs into or when you are setting up this kind of question. Okay, use, solve, apply, manipulate, report, compute, demonstrate, construct, or record. Okay, use, solve, apply, manipulate, report, compute, demonstrate, construct, or record Okay, we are moving to level 4. Level 4 um, is what? Analysis. Okay, is analysis. Level 4 is analysis. So these are type of questions that help learners to distinguish or classifies and relates the information within a question or a statement. Okay, this helps learners to do what? To distinguish or to classify and relate the information within a question or a statement. Okay, for example, you can include the following action verbs when you are setting up the analysis question. Okay, you can start off by analyze, compare, classify, separate, categorize, contrast, and dissect. Okay, so you can start off by analyze, compare, classify, separate, categorize, contrast, or dissect. Okay, we are moving to level 5. Okay, I hope we are still together. We are moving to level 5, and level 5 is synthesis. Synthesis, okay, or creation. Okay, they mean the same thing, either synthesis or creation, which is level number 5 or level 5 to say. Okay, so these are the type of questions that help learners to originate, to integrate, and combines ideas into a product, plan, or a proposal that is new to them. Okay, this helps learners to originate, integrates, and combines ideas into a product, plan, or a proposal that is new to the learners. Okay, you can include the following action verbs when you are setting up the synthesis or the creation type of question in the activity. You can start off by create, predict, infer, role play, hypothesize, develop, compose, estimate, produce, design, or invent. Okay, these are the action verbs that you may include or in the sentences uh, questions. Okay, when you are setting up an activity and you want to include the questions of learners to originate, integrate, and combine ideas into a product, plan, or a proposal that is new to them. Okay, so we can start off by create, predict, infer, role play, hypothesize, develop, compose, estimate, produce, design, or invent. Okay, we are moving to the last level, which is level number 6. Level number 6, okay, which is evaluation. Okay, evaluation or evaluation. Evaluation, okay, evaluation. Yeah. So these are type of the question that the learner assess or appraises or criticizes on a basis of specific standards or criteria. So these are the questions that help learners to do what? To assess, to appraises, or to critique on the basis of specific standards or criteria. Okay, so you may include the following action verbs when you are setting up the evaluation or evaluation type of questions. Okay, you can start by judge or critique, debate, recommend, evaluate, justify, decide, or choose. Okay, you may Start off by judge, critique, debate, recommend, evaluate, justify, decide, and choose. Okay, this way just levels of questioning. Um, for more information, you can find them in the National Policy Guide for Junior Primary Subjects, implementation in 2024. So it's a very nice document. You can find these levels of questioning in that same document on page 23. On page 23, on top there, 5.7, heading is levels of questioning. Then the level, the action verbs, and then their definitions. Okay, remember we only have the six levels of questioning that were brought up by the Benjamin Broom. That's why they are called Broom taxonomy levels of questioning, and there are only six. Okay, we have six levels of questioning, whereby the first one is knowledge or remembering, the second one is understanding or comprehension, the third one is application, the fourth one is analysis, the fifth one is synthesis or curation, and then the last one, number six, is evaluation. Okay, I hope you took note. I hope you learned something from this video. From my side, Dula Festus. Uh, we meet again next time. Okay, bye bye.